I'm Luca, Lestrade, New Jersey real estate agent here, and today I'm going to break down why Elizabeth should be on your radar and the top neighborhoods where you can score the best results. So stick around because this might be the investment opportunity you've been sleeping on. So the first thing we need to talk about is all the big development going on in the city. The first one's going to be a $97 million project called the Vinti. This project has 267 luxury condos. Right under it has luxury office spaces to rent out and a restaurant. That's right next door to the train station that also had pretty much a glow up last year. It finished the project. They spent $76 million, bringing a lot new residents into the city and a lot new businesses as well for the commuter aspect. There's also another project called the Jersey Walk that they spent around $57 million as well. So you're seeing that this city has been becoming transforming in the past few years, and that just simply means there's going to be a lot of opportunities to come. And a big reason a lot of these developers are coming to the city is going to be location, location, location. You're only about 12 miles away from the city, about 30-40 minute drive or train ride on a good day. You're also 4 miles away from Newark, the biggest city in New Jersey, also 9 miles away from Jersey City, the second biggest city in New Jersey. And the cool thing is that you're going to also have the Jersey Shore very nearby to drive or even take the train there. You have PA very accessible as well. It's not going to be as quick, but you're only about an hour to 2 hours away, depending on the traffic. And not only that, you're very close to major highways, the 1 and 9, the Parkway, the Turnpike, very nearby. And you have a lot of transportation options, like you mentioned before. You have that new train station that'll take you into the city. There's also a lot of talk about a ferry coming to the Port of Elizabeth. You also have a bunch of different buses as well. So it's it makes it very easy for commuters to get around. And let's not forget, like I mentioned before, you have the Newark Airport, one of the largest airports, and that's gold for buyers or for tenants. You're going to have everything accessible and investment opportunities. That's what you're looking for in a city for future growth. Now, when it comes to affordability, you can definitely find that in Elizabeth. The average one-family home is going for around the $450 mark, a little bit more. The average two-family home could be going between the $550 up to $750. It really depends what you're looking for. That's a big range. We're going to talk a lot about that. But in reality, if you're coming from the city where you're going to be spending $750,000 at least for a condo, that's definitely going to take a little bit of that way of the New Yorkers. That's when so many people are moving here. But the good thing about the investment portion of it is even though you're going to find a little bit more affordability in these areas, the rents are still pretty high in most areas. A 2-bedroom apartment, you can get them between $2,200 to $2,700 depending on the renovations, and there's parking. 3 bedrooms could be going up to $3,000. Those luxury buildings I spoke about before, the Vinti, they're all way over the $3,000 mark. They have so many amenities and have so many luxury, especially it's right next to the train station. So the cool thing is that you're going to get a lot of options when it comes to multifamily homes. That's the big we're going to talk about for investment purposes. But even though it's affordable, the rents are still pretty high, especially since it's so close to the city. So depending on what area, what neighborhood of Elizabeth it's going to be how affordable it is. And most areas of Elizabeth, the rents are very leveled out. So like I mentioned before, Elizabeth is broken down into different neighborhoods. You're going to have North Elizabeth, which is going to be in the northern part of Elizabeth, right next to Newark and Hillside. That's going to be very close to the North Elizabeth train station, very close to the Newark airport. That's going to be that differentiation of those areas. And then you're going to go down to Elmora section, which is going to be a lot more suburban. There's Elmora and Elmora Hills. Elmora Hills is very suburban. It has just one family homes, very big, expensive properties. Really doesn't feel like Elizabeth, but Elmora has that suburban feel, but still a little bit of a mixture of the city. You have Little Columbia, which is a bunch of Colombian restaurants, and you have a lot of 2-family homes there as well. And then you're going to go into Peterstown in the heart of Elizabeth. Well, Elizabeth Avenue goes through there. Very commercialized area, a lot of 2-family homes. Great for the commuters because it has the train station there as well and is right next to the downtown. And then you're going to have the Port of Elizabeth, which is by the port all the way down south. It's going to be more affordable, but it might not be the best areas based on a lot of data that's out there. And really quickly for you guys to have some reference of what location is what. Here in the 07208 section, you're going to get kind of the Amora Hills here, and then up here will be the North Elizabeth section. Going down to 07202 is going to be the Elmora section, and kind of in this center area it's going to be Peterstown. It very kind of mixes between a few different zip codes. Down here you're going to have the Port of Elizabeth, and over here you're also going to have a little bit of Peterstown, and certain parts of North Elizabeth as well. But you're seeing, depending on the location, is going to be the price range we're going to touch base on a little bit, and that's going to give you kind of quick reference. And the really cool thing is that depending on what area you're going to be living in, it's going to be how expensive it is. And in Mora Hills, you can find one family homes hitting way over the $1 million mark. And then by the Port or Peterstown area, you can find two family homes for $500,000. And that's great for the investment portions. And if you're looking to move into Elizabeth and you really don't know kind of where to start, always reach out to us. We're the real estate experts here. I have a team that helps a lot of people relocate, not from New York City, just New York City, but other areas too. We're going to leave our information below. Make sure to reach out to us. We'll definitely navigate you in the right areas and make sure you're choosing the right neighborhood that fits you. And every neighborhood of Elizabeth has its own culture. You have a lot of Hispanic culture, a lot of Portuguese, Brazilian culture. There's a lot of parks as well. You have a really big park that's not really in Elizabeth, but right near it in the Elmora section called the Warinango Park. Then up north, you have a Kellogg's Park. So it's mixed of the city and the suburban, depending where you're living in. And that's very important to know, because if you're looking to live in the Elizabeth for yourself, you're going to stick to a certain area. You're looking to invest in a certain area. So you really have to know Elizabeth and make sure that you're moving into a location that makes sense for you. So now to talk about my opinion on the best neighborhoods to invest in Elizabeth. One is going to be North Elizabeth. It's going to be the closest to the Newark Airport. It has an own private train station called the North Elizabeth train station. You also have a lot of staples. You have the Stop and Shop there right in the center. You have Kellogg's Park. You have many different middle schools. You have also middle school academies as well. You have a bunch of restaurants in that area. You're also going to have a lot of that Portuguese, Brazilian culture there as well. And you're going to be extremely close to the 1 and 9. And that location is very congested now because there's been a lot of people moving into, because it's closest to kind of the city in a sense. So traffic is a little bit bad, and especially the parking is getting really tough. Okay guys, so here in the North Elizabeth section, and pretty much mixture of the Amora Hills we're going to get here, for a one family home, we're seeing that it's going to be around $561,000. But then when we go into a two family home, we're going to be around the $756,000. That's going to be the rough estimate for a two family. And then also something I want to highlight with these kind of investment properties is how much rent you're going to get. For an apartment in these areas, 2 bedrooms, you're going to be at the almost $2,500 a month rental. But then for one big house or a normal size house, you're almost at $3,100. So you're seeing for 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, going to be at $3,000 range, like we mentioned before. It's really nice that you're going to have the ability of getting a bunch of rent and still having a decent price range. So this is the thing that you need to understand. Even though maybe multifamily homes are a lot more expensive, you're going to have that rental income. Besides that, in certain parts of North Elizabeth, you're going to have very suburban areas. Other parts, you're going to have a little bit more movement, especially near that 1 and 9 section. So you really need to know the area to understand what you're investing in. But like I said, this increase in prices is just the thing that's been going on for many years now. And I think this North Elizabeth area is going to keep going up. Simple fact that you're very close to a train station. You're very close to the airport. You have a lot of the staples, groceries, restaurants, parks, schools, everything you need really, really near, and all kind of transportation. And something I love about this website is the home price forecast. It shows you here that it's still predicting prices to continue to go up based on the criteria that it lists here. So based on these criteria, you're seeing that the property probability of it continue to go up is still pretty high. There was a small dip between last year and this year, but we need to be under the 50 mark here for things to start changing from a seller to a buyer's market. And we're seeing that throughout Jersey. It's not going to happen anytime soon. So, like, you need to get into this market if you can. New Jersey, especially Elizabeth, has not slowed down and is not going to slow down. And before I tell you the best neighborhood to invest in, here are some properties for you to check out. Multifamily homes. It's going to vary between an older home like this one at around the 670 mark to a newer construction like this one around the $900,000 mark, to even a brand new construction like we're seeing here hitting $1.2 million. So it's going to be very depending on what you're looking for. And to kind of show you some photos, let's dive into kind of something in the middle at this $900,000 range. You're seeing here that properties like this is very common to have 6 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, the lot size 3,000, not the actual building, built 2004. So it is a very common kind of style home in this Elizabeth area because a lot of the new constructions are like this, but the older ones are also very similar. So kind of going down the photos here, it's going to have 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms on each floor, also a ground level. Usually put a studio or they make it just a family room. This is the ground level here. And kind of going down the photos, you're seeing that it's not new at all, but it's still pretty new because it's 2004. And there's going to be one of the floors here. Very nice, taken care of, at least hardwood floors. It looks like it was updated throughout the years. Kitchen needs some work. A lot of the properties here have this kind of kitchen. So it's very a common kind of style home, especially in the Elizabeth area with a lot of these newer constructions. And that's definitely going to be expecting when buying something like this. But overall, that's kind of a quick rundown of North Elizabeth and why I believe in the next few years, this is going to be a neighborhood that's just not going to slow down at all. And the neighborhood I believe is going to be the best one is going to be the Almora section. This section has so much culture and so much thing in that neighborhood. You're going to find a lot of that Latin culture. And in Almora, they're going to have a lot of Colombian restaurants, same thing on Morris. You're also going to have you're going to be very near the Warrenango Park. You're going to be very near all the high schools. They actually have one of the high schools in that area. You're also going to be near the 1 and 9. You're going to be near the Turnpike. You're going to have a lot of those grocery stores as well. Certain parts of Almora are a little bit more movement. Other parts are very suburban. So you're getting kind of that mixture of both. But overall, when it comes to investing, you're going to love it there because it's not going to be as crowded at North Elizabeth. So you're going to find a lot more parking and you're going to have a lot more opportunity as well because it's a little bit bigger. And here in the Almora section, a 1-family home is going for around $486, a bit more affordable. And then a 2-family home is going for the $721, a little bit more affordable as well. Not that much of a difference. And you're also going to find bigger homes there too. I think this area is going to find for 1 family's big colonial and 2 families big 2-family homes as well, a little bit more affordable. And the really nice thing is that since Almora is kind of in the middle of Elizabeth, you're going to have Westfield Avenue that goes through it, and that's going to connect you to many different towns. You're connected to Union, to Cranford. You're going to have the St. George area that's going to connect you to other cities like Linden, Rahway as well. So it's kind of that center location of Elizabeth. And from there, you're pretty much 15 minutes anywhere else within Elizabeth. So that's why it's also very nice. And you're extremely close to the main train station there in Elizabeth. So you're seeing that this section has a big mixture of the suburban with the urban, but you're also going to have amazing opportunities when it comes to rent. And the good thing is that the rents are still pretty good. It's actually a little bit better than the north section since you're going to get a lot more of the amenities in this more section. So you're going to be at a $2,800 pretty much for an apartment rent. And then for a house rent, it's going to be $3,400. Very nice because the properties here are a bit bigger and you're getting a little bit more for your money. And that's very helps for a lot, especially for the investment person and especially for a long-term investment. And then it's predicting that the prices are still going to continue like North Elizabeth. It's actually even a higher prediction. This is one of the few that is actually more than the previous year. It has a 68 compared to the previous year at 66 percentage because inventory, there's no inventory in pretty much all of Elizabeth. Very low inventory. That's kind of the biggest reason prices have been going up so much in the past few years. is having like literally a slowdown in inventory. We can see here that there's literally only 6 properties for sale when it comes to one families. And let me actually show you how many two families are for sale. And when it comes to two families, we only have 10 two-family homes in the Amora section. That's just ridiculous. It's literally just 10 here. Prices between the 500 to the 1.2 million. And that's a big reason why prices have been going up so much. That's a big reason why the Reventure app is predicting that the prices are going to continue to go up, like you see here, 68. And mostly you can see all the other zip codes in Elizabeth, they're going to still have a high percentage of going up. So like I mentioned, guys, you're looking to move into Elizabeth, please call me. You need to get into this fast. There's going to be one of the hottest markets in the next few years. I was raised here. I know it might be a little biased, but I know since I've been helping so many people relocate here that these things have not stopped anytime, especially in the past 5 years. So if you're looking to buy here, info is going to be below. Give us a call. We'll navigate you. We'll help you find your perfect investment property or a first-time home buyer home. And here we're going to see a few properties here in the Elmora section, ranging from anywhere from the 900,000 two families to 500,000 two families as well. You have a 4-family here at the 1.2. That's what we saw earlier. These are just this is actually a condo, so it's not even considered one. Going down a little bit more, there's a few other options. Anything that you see is pending is already in the process of being bought. But to kind of dive into, we saw that the average price of a property here was $720. So I should check out this one at $750. What you're getting here, you're seeing here that 6 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, lots 3,900, pretty much 4,000, a nice pretty big lot. It's not like the one we saw before, like a newer construction, but it's still a solid home with parking and everything. So let's go down the list a little bit. As a deep lot, you're seeing that there's not really much of a backyard, so a lot of people might be using this for just investment purposes. You can rent out everything. It's an older style home, definitely not renovated. Hardwood floors, might need a little bit of fixing here and there, but if you're an investor, very limited things. A really nice thing with this one is you get big houses in this area. So it is a kind of, the photos might lie a little bit, but it's actually a big house. Has a dining room, living room, big eating kitchen. So things like this, when it comes to investing, you're gonna literally max out because it's a 3 bedroom floor. You can easily get $3,000 a month with this one with rents, with the parking. And if you're able to get an attic with the second floor, you can even put a little bit more income there. The really nice thing with these kind of homes is that some people rent one apartment and live in the other. They could get that extra benefit of, especially if you're a first-time home buyer and it's harder to get those affordability, you can help the tenant can help you pay for your rent, and you can literally house hack that way. But look, this is an older home. Definitely needs a little bit of work, but even that is at $750. Purchase price $1925. The house 100 years old and it's almost $1 million. And that's the whole pretty much Elizabeth and a lot of those center northern areas of Jersey. You get a lot of older homes. Start getting very comfortable with that because older houses are here. I know everybody hates on that, but it's just the thing you have to kind of literally accept, that you're gonna have an older home. It's gonna have a basement. It's gonna not have central air most of the time. It's gonna have a furnace, a baseboard heating. That's gonna be the commonality, and it's very hard to find new constructions. And if you do want a new construction, Elizabeth, it's gonna be over that $1 million mark. But Amora has more of that complete whole Elizabeth feel, and it has a very nice culture. And for a lot of people that are moving from New York City specifically, they're coming into here because you're still gonna have the activity of a city, but then being able to step out, go to the Warrenangle Park, go to a restaurant in Amora or Morris, have a quick bite, have a quick of that Colombian food. And you're also going to be near a little bit more of the nightlife too for a lot of the younger people there. So it's a complete section. It really, if you think of Elizabeth, you're probably going to think of this Amora section. And in my opinion, you're moving in here, you're not going to go wrong at all. So guys, that's pretty much what Elizabeth has to offer. It's just not a commuter town. It has literally everything you need. And you're seeing that with those big developments coming into the city. It's literally transforming it. If you are familiar with Elizabeth, but you haven't really looked into it in the past 5-10 years, it's not the same anymore. is a lot safer. There's a lot more opportunities, especially for investors. And I think in the next 5-10 years, this is going to be the hottest spot to be at, especially in that center northern area of Jersey. It's going to be extremely hard to get into. So if you're able to find something, buy something now, make sure to lock it down. Either if you're an investor, if you're looking to flip a property, if you're looking to buy something to live for yourself, I really don't think you can go wrong, Elizabeth, and so many opportunities. And if you have any other questions, you make sure to reach out to us. If you are looking to move into the States and Elizabeth or any in these towns or city, make sure to give us a call. We have a team here that helps people relocate, especially from New York City. And we help you guys navigate through the whole real estate process, explain the whole thing to you, and make sure you're buying the right location and the right property for you. But guys, if you took this video and you found any value, please make sure you like the video, you subscribe, hit that bell so you notify every single time we upload a video. Make sure you leave a comment down below if I missed anything. If you are somebody from Elizabeth like me that was raised there, leave anything else below that we're missing. But guys, until next time, I'm going to link a video up here of the 5 most affordable towns in New Jersey. If you're looking for that affordability, go check that out.